Think about times where you felt resistance to doing something good for yourself. So I'll give you easy examples because I talk to clients almost daily and ask them how they're doing, and I'm not feeling good, and no, I didn't meditate today, and no, I didn't do this today. And now you ask them why, and just like, well, life feels hopeless, or I was too tired to meditate, or I'll never figure it out, or I had better things to do, or I had more work to do, or my house is never settled, so I can't get quiet enough to meditate. So we can have a lot of different reasons why, when we're trying to do good for ourselves, we'll get interference. And I don't know how to go up actually on the chat, like from before, but I know somebody added something about it's too overwhelming. And that's a good one, because if you feel like you're going to do something and the task is too big, it's just like, oh my gosh, where do I even start? So I'm not going to bother starting. So there's many different reasons or many different things that will stop ourselves from moving forward. One, I'm just going to go through some that I have gone through, and if you feel like you want to add them in the chat. So I was once reading I read a lot of books, but sometimes some books are very powerful, and I feel a shift that's going to happen. And right before a powerful shift, many things will go wrong in my life. And it looks like my life goes upside down and backwards. And it will pull my attention away from my progress. So I'm about to make this wonderful shift. I think the shift's going to happen anyway, but it's delayed because now, say my car has a flat tire out of the, like, why did that happen? Or one of my clients needs an emergency session today, or this happened. There's just things coming at me, and I'm thinking, why did my life just go so chaotic? Usually it's because there's a big shift that's about to happen, and the dark energy in this universe, my own ego, the darkness within me, kind of all comes together to try to stop Brenda from moving further up. Now, luckily, I'm very motivated. I never give up. And no matter what comes at me, I will get through it and I will move forward. So it's really neat how, and I sometimes think, am I creating this? We create our own reality. So maybe I create this before a big shift, my world goes upside down. But what I'm noticing it happens to not just me, it happens to a lot of people where they're on a progression of getting better and learning to meditate, and then they just say, that's it, I'm done, I can't do it anymore. Well, what is it that made you stop? What is it inside you that made you stop? And they might just say, well, it's not me that wants to stop. It just seems like every time I go to meditate, everything goes crazy in my house. My kids start acting up, they start arguing, the dogs needs to go out, this has to be done. Everything just happens to be upside down right before I'm going to meditate. So there's ways to get beyond this resistance. One, just set the intention. My life is full of ease and flow, and I'm going to get this task done. It's not even a task. I'm not going to look at meditation as a task or that book to read. I'm going to do that and enjoy it. So I'm going to add joy to it. So I'm going to do this fun task with ease and flow. Because as I say that to the universe, well, what is the universe going to do? It's going to deliver ease and flow, and I'm going to have fun doing it. When people use meditation as, oh, it's such a task to do, I just want to get it over with, you're missing the point. It is your time to reconnect with you. And even if you don't know how to meditate and you're learning, and you're just doing 15 seconds, 20 seconds at a time, that 15, 20 seconds can be so much fun. You can feel the energy flying through your body. You feel a calmness. You're listening to your breath. And like, hey, I did it. For 15 seconds, I thought of what I wanted, and I wasn't bothered by anyone or anything. Pretty amazing. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. You want to celebrate the small wins. It goes no different to eating healthy. So anytime we're trying to do anything, so it doesn't always have to be spiritual, because we can get better in many different ways. We're eating better, we're exercising, we're having, going to bed at a decent time, putting down our phones, not watching the news, and just relaxing in the stillness of the room. How many people just love stillness of the room? I can sit and stare at a wall way too long. People might think something's wrong with me, but it's such a nice feeling. I'd rather do that than use my phone. And I've been talking to people recently about their phones. The phones can be a portal to dark energy. Now, they also can be good, right? There's the good and the bad and everything. But in this age of uncertainty, of heaviness, where the dark is coming at us constantly, most likely the phone is going to be used as a distraction, and it hooks us on stuff. And one thing that I'm noticing, there's some people that really use their phone for good, for work, listening to podcasts, books, positive things. But then there's other people that will look at it and look at people's lives, and people post what looks good, right? All of a sudden, I get a call. I'm so depressed today. Well, why are you so depressed? Well, I was looking at everything, and everyone's life is so great, and I'm not going on vacations, and I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that, and I'm not. So my life really is bad compared to those people's lives. Hey, never compare yourself to someone else. Like, I think that's like rule number one. You are where you are, and where you are is perfect and evolving. Don't go and compare. Another thing, too, is we don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. Not everyone posts everything about themselves, and nor should they. But what I'm saying is, when you're looking through updates, you're going to see the good, the birthday parties, the vacations, the nice food, the restaurants, the hand holding, the lovey dovey stuff. And your life may not be that, because you're going through your healing. You got your ups and downs. You're letting go of your traumas. You're remembering your traumatic childhood. You're letting out your hurts. You're crying. You're freaking out. And you're like, what's wrong with me? But I'll tell you, a lot of people that come see me, and including myself, a lot of my journey was not always easy. And I still have those ups and downs, because we do live on planet Earth. So, to be real, I do not believe there's anyone out there in this uncertain energy that is at calmness all the time. We have executives that come see me who have all the money in the world, but when they sit in front of me, they let it all out in emotion, because they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They have to be the big person in front of their family. They have to be the boss. They cannot be their authentic self to anyone, because they have to hold it together. They have so much pressure. And then they release it, and then they go back to being that person. Well, the authentic self in all of us, there are the ups and downs in all of us. And it's sad that we cannot show that in everyday stuff. So don't compare yourself, or don't think everyone's life is all rosy and great, and then get depressed from that. Look at yourself and look and celebrate the wins on how much you've grown, how different you are from a week ago, or a month ago, or 6 months ago, or 2 years ago. That's what you want to look at.